All right, guys, my name is Tuma Daniel, and this session, if you must give it a name, it would be Think and Trade Like a Pro. Okay, that's what I want to tag this training as. Okay, think and trade as a pro. Okay, think and trade as a pro. Okay, now if you want to trade like a pro, you just have to have the pro mindset. Okay, put it down, the pro mindset. In order for you to trade better, you really need to understand how the pro traders think. What are they looking at? What are their trade entry reasons? Okay, so if you want to replicate their success, you have to do what is it that they do, right? You have to do what is it that they do. And that is what I want to share with you tonight, okay? And probably we might take some trades after the session or during the session. If I see any trade, I'm definitely going to call it out, something of such, okay? Now, let's see if this can work. All right, I believe, okay, we have it up. Okay, good. Okay, now as a pro trader that you are right now, I want you to, first of all, before you come up to the chart, before you come and you say, okay, I want to do an analysis, first of all, visualize it in your mind, the trades that you want to take and how it's going to be. Okay, now take trading as a probability outcome. Now, there is no perfect trade setup, okay? There is no ideal trade setup that this one is definitely going to be, this one is definitely going to tank, okay? Have that in mind, okay? Whether you miss a trade or you do not miss a trade, take it in with joy, accept your flaws with joy, celebrate your wins as much as you're going to learn from your losses, okay, your lessons, okay? Now, one thing that Trusted looks at when it comes to the chart, okay? Now I'm going to make it a little bit brief because I don't want this video to be too long and I don't want to put lots of stuff. I just want to make it simple. It's just like ABC to trading, okay? If you want to, what thing I look out is, first of all, where is the direction of the market? Where is market heading to, okay? If you know the direction of the market, that is when you now start looking for the possible areas that you want to trade, okay? Now, first of all, like I said, there is no ideal setup, okay? There is no, this setup is definitely going to, trade might decide to do whatever it wants to do at any given time. But the best you can do is to think in probability way, okay? It might do this, it might do this, okay? You are not going to put all your trust on the trade because it meets all your conditions, okay? There is a trade that we call walk away, but the truth is, some walk away can go against you. It is not 100%, no strategy is 100%. So two things that you want to know, you want to look out for, immediately you want to trade, is first of all, where is the market? Where is it going to? Where is it coming from? Okay, now, when looking at the Euro GBP, on the daily time frame, we do top-down analysis. That we start our analysis from the top down to the bottom, the lowest time zone. Okay. Now, if I'm doing a top-down analysis, I look at the higher time frame. Where is the market going to in the higher time frame? And looking at the Euro GBP, which is the euro against the pound, I'm looking at something that is called a consolidation phase. Okay, now, guys, take this down. This is very important. Take this down. Now, there are two stages, two major stages of a trend. Okay. Now, this have to be, let's make it yellow. Okay, yellow. Okay. Now, before you enter into any trade, I want you to look for this formation, the N formation. Okay. Now, what happens? Okay. What happens? Let me show you another thing. This is the ideal, this is what we always use to show you what a trend or what the price movement always looks like. But sometimes, if I must be sincere to you, this is what really happened. Okay. Market goes like this. It comes down and it goes like this and it comes down. How many of us agree with what I just put down, that this is exactly how market moves? If you feel this is how market moves, you can put in on the chat box 1. If you do not understand, but just put in the chat box 2. If you don't understand why I say this market moves this way, just put in on the chat box 1, on 2. If you do not understand, put 2. But if you understand, put in 1. Now, I see 1, 1. So that means every one of us have an idea of market move sideways before going to its direction. But what we are really looking for is the N formation before we take any trade, right? Now, what is this N formation? It's a 3-drive wave, okay? Now, first of all, the 2 major things you should know about price movement is this. There is what we call accumulation. Accumulation. Hope my accumulation is correct. So let's see accumulation and distribution. Distribution. We have accumulation, we have distribution. Okay. So accumulation is the phase that price moves sideways. Okay. This is what we call the accumulation. After accumulation, what we see is a distribution. Okay. We see a distribution, which is this drive to the downside. Let's take this as a downtrend. After the accumulation, what you now see is what we call distribution. After this, what happens is market goes into another level of accumulation. We call it reaccumulation. I'm not using my router, so we'll be going back and forth because it's on mobile. Okay, but if you can hear me loud and clear, type in 1 on the chat box. So after market goes into a phase of accumulation, it goes into another phase of distribution, accumulation, distribution, and reaccumulation, then distribution. Okay. So it does this. So this makes up the N formation. For you to confirm that market is going into a certain direction, you have to see what? The N formation. Okay, you have to see N formation. Now, apart from the N formation, you also have in mind what is market doing at this particular time. Is it accumulating or is distributing? Is market accumulating or it is distributing? Whether upward or downwards, it happens the same way. Okay, let me see if I can have some pretty good examples that is going to explain this. Okay, now market does this every time. It does this every time. But you're not going to see it until you come out of it. Okay, you're really not going to see what market is doing until you zoom out. Look at the big picture. I call it bird view. Okay, look at the big picture. So this was an uptrend. Okay, I see accumulation, distribution, accumulation, distribution. Okay, now hold on, let me just first of all. So this is the I. Make this a little bit safer. So let's see. So this is the I. How many of us see this, my red faint line right here at the top? That's the I. And this is the low. So see these two, my two red lines. Okay. I want to show you something. Follow me closely. See what market did. Let's say market came all the way down and it came up, right? Then it came down and it came up, right? It came up and is definitely, maybe it's going to do something like this. That's what we are expecting. Okay, now take a close look at the retracement. When you look at the retracement, now if you really want to take this, you can even measure from here, but I just want to take this because I see the end formation. Now, this is what? Distribution phase. So I'm going to leave distribution as a rare. Okay, let's see. Then it started accumulating orders. This is not a perfect example because it's higher time frame, but it happens. Now, let me color code this red. After distribution, it went into another accumulation phase. Now, at the accumulation phase, one thing you should know is that price will look as if it's going up or it's retracing, but it's actually moving sideways. Can you see a close view now? This is what happened. Price came up. This is the highest high that it came, and this is the lowest low that it came. Can you now see that this is like a box? Price was in this box, and it traded going sideways. Look at how price was in this box. This for me is a sideways move. This for me is a sideways move. Why do you say so? Trusted, why do you say this is a sideways move? The truth is, for a downtrend, you want to be seeing what? Series of what? A high. This is a downtrend, right? A high, a low, a lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, let's take this. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we have levels here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. Okay, now when price is going sideways, the trend is usually short. Look at it now. The market is not clear. It goes up. It goes up. Came back a bit. It came back up. Came back up. It came back to the previous low. It now finally came up. Can you see what is happening? Look at what you are putting your money. This is like a sideways move. So it comes back. So it's still inside the box. All you need to know, what phase is the market right now? Okay, is the market playing inside? I try to look for the high and the low and see what is happening. So this middle line is like the 50%. Look at how price was playing at below. Okay, let's say this middle line, this middle red line is 50%. So in between year to year, 0 to 50, price was just rolling about. It came here and it was playing with 50-50. So this is not really a distribution. Market is trying to accumulate orders. Buyers and sellers are stacking their orders. Okay, now it is an auction game. This is actually an auction theory. So after the accumulation phase, the winner gets to drive the market to the direction of whatever direction. So trend can actually change. So look at what happens when it started dropping. You see more of red candles now. Can you see this? You see more of red candles. That is to tell you that this is now a downtrend. But when it was consolidating, you see red, blue, red, blue, red, blue candles. So when you start seeing that, oh, price is actually giving me red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, or green, black, green, red, green, red, green, red, you know that, oh, market is accumulating. Let me wait. Let me give the market some time. So when you give the market some time, then you can now see, okay, when the market breaks out of that box, it is definitely going to come back and retest. If it is a very strong trend, this is what is going to happen. If it is a very strong trend, let's say this is the box. This is the box now. Now, market was here, it came here, and it came. So it has been trading in. So if it is a very strong trend, as soon as it breaks, it comes down. It will come down to the previous support. Then it will drop. It now start dropping. But some case, it will come back to the media line, just to kill or take out the stop loss of the those that are trading forex. So because they know that as it breaks this support, they will be looking for entry at here. So immediately they take their entry at the retest. Market will come up. Market will come up, taking out all their stop loss. It's called stop hunt. Some patient traders, this is what they will do. As soon as it breaks, they will wait. It retested. They will wait for price to start dropping. Okay, it has dropped. Has it canceled here? Yes, it canceled. They will wait for, they will look for entries around this area. Okay, they will look for entries around this area. So when market comes back to this area, they wait to see what candle. If market breaks and closes above, we will say, okay, no, there is still another level that we can enter at. But this is going to be another probability. Now the weight market came back, it broke it. So they don't just buy the click. It is those that are trading binary that just buy if it comes there. But if you really want to trade and think like a pro, you need to be looking at this picture. Is this thing going to happen? Could it happen? That is when you now start taking rollover, and you get odd. You say, I took like 3 rollover and I still did not clear the trade. Yes, market is trying to take other people's stop loss. So when market is trying to take people's stop loss and you are caught in the middle, you will just keep rolling and eventually that trade is going to tank and you'll be like, after I've lost the trade definitely has still dropped. What happened? So these are the things that you should be looking at. The big money guys are the ones controlling it. So if market is in a accumulation phase, you will see more of buy and sell candle, buy and sell candle, buy and sell candle. Are you following now? But when market starts to move, it starts to distribute. If it's going to the downside, you see more of the sell candles. If it is going to the upside, you see more of the buy candles. Are you following now? So this is this is the first thing you should know, okay? Now, I said market moves like this, accumulation, after which it goes to distribution. Then it will reaccumulate. Then it goes into another phase of distribution. So this will keep repeating itself, okay? It will keep repeating itself. It will keep repeating what? Itself. Okay, now, let's now narrow it down. Let's now narrow it down. I'm about to drop the source now. Already, if you understand the accumulation and distribution, put in some 1 on the chat box. Put in some 1 if you understand the accumulation and distribution. Do I have some 1s? Is my audio good? All right. You understand what I explained about accumulation and distribution? Put in some 1 on the chat box. All right. Now, moving forward, this is what you should know now. If you want to trade like a pro, and when you are doing your top-down analysis, first thing you should know, what phase of the trend, what phase is the market at? Is the market at accumulation or distribution? And I said accumulation is when price is trying to gather momentum on where it's about to go to. And during accumulation phase, you see more of buy and sell candles. Now, when price start distributing, you see either for a downtrend, you see more of sell candles, and for an uptrend, you see more of buy candles. Is that clear now? Now, that being said, since you now know that, okay, market is going to this direction, how do you now position yourself? Where do you enter your trade? That is what we were about to talk about now. Now, after you know that, okay, this market now, it is accumulating. Now that I know that it's accumulating, what can I do? Because the type of market or what the direction of the market will determine what type of trades you're going to take. Okay, if market is going down, you take more of sells. Market is going up, you take more of buys. But when market is accumulating, you can take buy and sells. Okay. Now, this is 1 hour time frame. If you want to trade like a pro, you need to look at the market from the bird view. What do I call bird view? Just zoom out. See the beauty of the market. You know what the market is up to. Okay, I now know, okay, you are going down, okay, you are going up. Oh, on 1 hour time frame, do you really need this all the time? Well, just having an idea of what market is doing is best way to approach the market or to predict the future direction of the market. That's what price action does. Okay. Okay. Now, dropping the source right away. This is what I do. After I know, okay, market is accumulating, all this is distributing. The next thing I want to do is, okay, since I know market is accumulating right now, so what are the possible areas for my entry? I pick the horizontal tool to mark out the highest point price has gotten to. Now, this point now becomes my resistance. That point becomes my resistance. Okay. Now, when I have a resistance, the next thing I want to do is to look for what? The support, right? So I pick my horizontal tool again, and I place it at the low, and I call this my support. So this is my support, right? So now I have a resistance and I have a support. So what next should I do? Okay, since I have the high and the low, where are the areas that I can take my trades? But I know if price breaks this support is no longer valid. But until price breaks it, it is valid. So if price breaks it, there is still another level, which is the wick. This is a level, and this right here is the wick for the sell. So I'm not looking just at a price, I'm looking at what? A zone. I'm not just looking at a price, I'm looking at a zone. So this area for sell and this area for buy. So after doing this, all I need to do is to wait for price to come to the buy zone and the sell zone. But can you wait all day for price to do this? Because I want to take trade immediately. Okay, I know this is for support and this is for buy, right? Okay, this is a daily zone. So what I do is I mark out my chart from the daily to the 15 minutes. So what next will I do? I come down to the previous day. I bring it closer. So I bringing it closer. What was the support of the previous day? I mark it out. This is the support of the previous day. Now, because this is a daily chart, one candle represents what? 1 day. So I make this my daily support. So I will now use daily bar. I put it as daily bar. So what other days should we look at? Look at the day before. Look at the daily bar. Now I put my daily buys in areas that I see buy candle, that markets really went up. Okay, now when markets went up, where did market sell off at? Look at this place. This is now the daily sell. Now let me use this chart. This should be a lot more brighter. So I know okay, I want to trade now. Trusted, what do I do? You take out your horizontal true, you look for the support. This is a support, so I mark it out as daily buy. Then market came here and it was a resistance. So that's my daily what? Sell area. I'm just putting it so that I can have an idea of what happened there. So where did market close off? It closed here. That's this candle is that I'm looking at now. Only this candle, which is yesterday. So I make that as another daily sell because today's trade opened up there and it sold off. So what other areas can I look at? I look at the previous, immediate support that is there, which is now, I'm now trying to use price action. Okay, I see another daily buy zone, which is this area. Okay, now that the day has gone very far, I can now say, okay, this is the lowest point that for today that price got to. So I leave it at daily buy. So what is the highest point price got to today? I leave it, I see it and I put daily sell. So right now I am partially ready to pull the trigger. This is something that I can use to trade for tomorrow because I see price has made a high and a low. This is the resistance for today and this is the support. Okay, now what do I do next? I come to 1 hour. Straight into 1 hour. Can you see how I have left the all other activities that I pick out? But I have in mind that there is a strong level of support at the down. But as I'm waiting for that level, what other areas can I be able to make money off from? Those are the areas that I'm talking about that I want to know. So on the 1 hour time frame, I see some support and resistance as well. Okay, now where do I see resistance? I see resistance here at the close of the candle. So I use that close as my 1 hour sell. Okay, I have 1 hour sell at that level. And I also look at, I'm using this red candle. This red candle here. This is what I'm using. So I try to bring the market close. So I'm using just this red candle. So what is the highest point that market got to? I came all the way to this point. So there's the sell candle now. So I'm using the sell candle. It came all the way to that point, and that is another 1 hour sell area. So what area did market buy off? This buy closed at this point. And if you look to the other candle, this is now a buy zone because I have a blue candle there. So I use that as my 1 hour buy. Okay, the tip of this blue candle is still another 1 hour sell, right? So this is now my 1 hour buy area. So do I still see another buy area? Yes, because price has broken new buy now. So I can take this as another buy area. So I'll just come here and say 1 hour buy. So now I have 1 hour buy at the bottom. So now this trade, if you want to trade this trade, fine. This trade is going to come back to 440 and it's going to tank. That's when price gets to 440 on Euro GBP, check currency strength meter. If the euro is stronger, you can let it go. But if this Great Britain pound is stronger, you can take 440 as 3-minute sell. So that's the trade, guys. Everybody, you can have that trade. Euro GBP, 440 area for 3-minute sell, 3-minute put. Why do I want to take that trade? Because it is a previous buy zone. So sell the floor of a downtrend and buy the resistance of an uptrend. Have that in mind. So now that I know that there is a structure here, 540 or higher, I'm going to take my trade. I'm not just looking at 540. I'm also looking at this zone here, 540 and above. So I see a sell area right there. I see a sell, 1 hour sell, and another 1 hour sell right here. So I'm just using that candle, 1 hour sell. So now all this area from 540 to 569 is areas that I'm looking at for to put myself. That is how you know when to roll over, when to double up. Okay. Now that I have this, what next should I do? What next should I do now that I have this? Now that you have this, the next thing you want to do is to get for more data so that you can be able to make, you can be able to look for the exact point to take the trade. Now, at this point, I do two things. I either use my fib and leave my chart so clean, or I complete the markup. Now that I have 1 hour levels, what level should I look out for again? I go down to the 15 minutes. I go down to the 15 minutes and look at what 15 minutes is saying. Look at what 15 minutes is saying. 15 minutes is saying I have a buy area at this level. So I have 15 minutes buy at this level. I'm going to make it quick now. So I can take the tip of the week as well. I can take the tip of the week as well. So it's a zone. Why am I doing it? It's a zone. If I change my chart to line charts, you're not going to see any of this. You're not going to see. You're just going to see the area where the candle closed. So sell. Yes, I see sell here. That's 15 minutes sell. Can you see how it works now? That is why those trades that I dropped out in the group, look at 15 minutes sell. 15 minutes sell and 1 hour sell, they are close. So I know that is a very, very key level. Okay, I see that as a very, very key level. There is also a 15 minutes buy around that 447. So can you see that we are now coming close, small. 447, there is a 15 minutes buy.